Rajang, my boy, what have they done to you? Why are you so weak? Heiji Hunts. Welcome back to another Monster Hunter Journal, looking at my whole journey of Monster Hunter Rise. And now we have ascended to high rank 7-star. I've got Rampages behind me. I've got Rajang behind me. And I've got another little spider creepy thing. So let's start with Rajang and then we're going to go Rampage. One of my mortal enemies, Rajang, finally his time has come in Rise. And boy, was I not looking forward to it. This monkey has given me nightmares in World, has just destroyed my confidence in so many ways, and has been the bane of my existence until I slapped that monkey in World. But now, I have to fight him again. In Rise, I was like, oh no, what's gonna happen? I have to fight this thing. He's gonna be so hard. And I'm like, pulling out my Switch. I was like, all right, here we go. It's monkey time. And he's like, punch, punch. And I was like, dodge, smack, smack, dodge, smack, smack. He's just like, punch, punch, clap. I was like, who slowed down the monkey? This is not the Rajang I know and fear. This is like old man Rajang who's just given up on life. And of course, fast forward, I don't know, 10 minutes, and this monkey died. Like, he posed zero challenge. Now, that might be a good thing because he was just ridiculous in World. And to be fair, I mean, I've been training against steroid version Rajang for a few weeks now. So to bring him into Rise when he is slower, I am faster, and I have wire bugs, like just like we went circles around this monkey, and he was really nothing. He was, dare I say, kind of fun even. So the Rajang is dead in Rise. Maybe it's going to be harder if they pull out a master rank or something. Next up, Rampage. If you've checked a journal I dropped a while back, I was pretty harsh on Rampage, and my criticism to this day is fairly valid, which was the interface is pretty crowded. Now, I've learned that you can customize and turn off a lot of things. But the next part, my next emergency quest was a Rampage, looking at the Wind Serpent Ibushi, which to my understanding is like an end game boss. So I was like, I don't want to go into a Rampage with all of this negative energy of like, I already said I don't like Rampages, and I've only done like 2 or 3. And I'm like, to go into an emergency request, this is the last one. I should really do a few Rampages and just try to make it click. Like you guys have all been around the channel to know that I just need a little bit of time and guidance sometimes to get something to click. So I went into a low rank Rampage, and I had no idea that there were different maps. So I got tossed in. I think it was this one. Yeah, I got tossed in, and the map was different. So I was alone, and I'm like, I don't know where anything is. And the countdown started. I was like, oh my god, I don't know where anything is. So I was completely lost. It's the map where you start in the middle, so I didn't even know where the monsters were gonna come from. And people are like, it's where the yellow arrows are. I did a 360. I couldn't see the yellow arrows. This map specifically, you have to run like beyond an installation or a wall to see where the monsters come from. So that threw me off and sent me into a panic. That whole fight was a mess where I didn't know what I was doing. And honestly, probably the best thing that could have happened to me. I'm the type of person, you throw me in the fire and I'll figure it out. It was probably the worst Rampage anyone has ever seen in their life. I didn't know what I was doing. And people are like, why aren't you listening to like advice and stuff? It's because I was figuring it out. I figure things out by making mistakes. So I did so many mistakes. I used the wrong weapons here and there, and I just did everything wrong. But I learned, I'm like, oh, the more installation, like I have a limit in how many installations I put. The numbers at the bottom, I see that now. Okay, the more things I kill, the more I can like access new weapons. Up to this point, I had only played with like the crossbow weapon. But now I'm like, oh, there's a cannon. Let's try the cannon. What does that do? Even if I was using it in the wrong context. Oh, there's a machine gun. This is so cool. What does this do? Oh, there's a laser. I remember seeing the laser in my multiplayer stream, so I kind of knew how to use that. I was like, let me try to use it. And I knew how to aim it, and I was looking at like how it impacted monsters. And I dropped, what's his face? The guy with the big sword. Oh my God. Fugen. And I used them at the wrong time. And I was supposed to save him for the last like Rampage boss. I used him on a weakling, but I'm like, oh, that's what he does. He kills everything fast. He's like a one shot. And I learned about the nuke. I missed the nuke, but so much learning because there was so much failing. And like, let's just pause Hey Jay gaming and everything for a moment. It's time for a Hey Jay life lesson. I just have to say, in all aspects of life, failing is good. Failing is your best teacher. So if you can fail, go for it. It will teach you so much. The best advice I can give to someone is fail fast and you will learn so fast. So unpause. We're back to the rampage. I am failing faster than a dropout and I'm learning so much. So low rank done. I'm all right. I'm like, all right, I got through this. I can do this. Let's really put my knowledge to the test. Apex Rathian. Let's go. So I went into a higher rank rampage with Apex Rathian. And you know what? I went in and it was more of my familiar map, if I recall. And now I kind of knew, I'm like, all right, I know exactly. I'm going to put all my autos here. I'm going to put my base weapon here. They're all going to level up. It wasn't optimized, but at least I knew what I was building, what I was working towards. I also knew to use the nuke. Did I use the nuke on this one? I might have missed the nuke on this one. I think I missed the nuke on this one. I used the nuke on Ibushi. But I now knew to do that. And again, lots of failures, lots of learnings happen in that. I thought I was going to die. I did cart. And then I got to fight the Apex Rathian. And man, he slammed my wall hard. But in the end, defeated. And I was actually starting to click. And honestly, people are saying multiplayer is more fun. Yes, I agree. But I think I needed to play this single player to struggle through it. I needed to go through the path of learning. Because now that I know what I'm doing, I can go in multiplayer. When I did multiplayer last time, everybody knew what they were doing. I didn't, so I was just like crossbow, pew 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 pew, and I just stood on the crossbow. I stood on the one thing I knew, while everyone else took care of things. Now I had nobody to rely on. It was just me, and man, that's a good incentive to figure stuff out quick. So now I had 2 additional rampages under my belt. I'm like, all right, now let's go do the Ibushi rampage and see what this is about. And I had way more confidence in this one. I had a lot more fun. Ooh, rampage and fun in the same sentence. Well, I don't know if I said in the same sentence, but I did that time. And everything was kind of clicking. And then this freaking Ibushi serpent comes out, and I'm just like, what is this? This is a disgusting design. I don't like it. I just don't like it. It moves slow. It's in the air. And I have to say, I was very disappointed with this fight because this to me was a fight that was kind of, it was teased a little bit. And it was also my first fight where they used Proof of a Hero, the music in the fight. After I was fighting it, like it kicked in and I didn't feel it. I was like, why are you putting this background music? I've got this big floating serpent in the air that is going so slow. I'm not winning. I'm getting slapped around by this slow moving thing. I'm getting tossed in the air constantly. And we got Proof of a Hero. And I'm still stressed about the rampage of like all these timers and things that I have to do. I was like, this is the worst experience for Proof of Hero. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not going to sugarcoat this, but like, I did not like it. And I did not like meeting this end game boss in the rampage because, okay, I think, I'm not sure. I think that once that boss shows up, you can fight it just like, I think you're expected to just use your weapon and fight it normally. But I wasn't 100% sure of that. So I still thought I had to manage a little bit of like my weaponry and stuff, which might have been a whole waste of time and energy on my part. So that took away from my experience. They tossed in Proof of a Hero on this big slippy, slidey monster. And I'm just getting flung in the air and I'm just like, this is not how I wanted to experience my first Proof of Hero. So the whole Ibushi experience was just really mediocre. Like if I had to rank this from like 1 to 10, it'd be a 6 at best. And I'm sorry to say that because I've been having so much fun with this franchise, but that fight was just bleh. So anyways, I do appreciate Rampages more. I don't think they're the best, but I can actually play them and enjoy them now. So Rampages are great. We also got all of my buddies to match the Strawberry Samurai aesthetic. So now I got little Strawberry Kitty, I got Strawberry Poochie, and we are the Strawberry Crew. I guess I could have said we are the Strawberry Bunch, which makes more sense. So yeah, everybody matches now. We all got pink armor. We are pretty cool. And then the last thing that I did was fought Arachna Kadaki, which again, I'm not like terrified of spiders, but I just don't think they're particularly attractive. Like if I had a big spider on me, I would just kind of like flick it away and just be like, oh, that's gross. So fighting this spider, I was not looking forward to it. I had seen it in the trailers. And I was like, oh, it's a spider. And then it made me realize I haven't fought a single bug, like a massive bug in this franchise yet. So everyone's like, don't worry, it's a fun fight. It's a fun fight. I'm like, I don't know. It spits fire and it's a spider. That's two things I don't like right there. So I went into the fight with my guard up of like, this is going to be a terrible fight. This is horrible. Turns out the chat was right. Rachna was a fun fight. Like it was easy to dodge everything. It had really cool mechanics. It like blew up its sack and then you could like smash the sack, which would like give you an opening. It was just really cool to see it move. And it was kind of cool to anticipate things. Like I could see it, like when the sack blows up, you're like, that's a target spot. And then, you know, when you actually deliver the blows on it and it blows up, that's like a reward that's like, you were right. You recognize the weakness of the monster. Congratulations. Here's a sticker. And I'm just like, this is just, it's nice. And the fire, it's like, it's breathing in. I'm like, okay, fire's going to come out. Drop back, avoid the fire, keep slapping it. And it was the dance. The dance was there. And I was like, this was a really good fight. So overall, this past week, very comfortable grind. I don't think there's that many monsters left in 7-star that are new. So I kind of just have to grind out the last few stars so I can get access to the endgame monsters, specifically the DLC that was added in 2.0, 3.0. That's where I'm going to encounter a little bit of new stuff. So next week, I can't guarantee a journal because I think I'm going to be grinding out a lot of the same monsters again. But after that, we're in the end game of Rise and we can start multiplayer and really like grinding out and optimizing this game. So I'll see you on the next stream, potentially Tuesday, potentially as in you might be there. I will be streaming Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern time on twitch.tv/HeyJayOfficial. And otherwise I'll see you there or on the next journal. And until next time, keep it classy.